Hi, so I wanted to give an update on some of the things that I've been up to since the last time I checked in. The last time I recorded a video, it was last year, and a lot has changed since that last video. And I just wanted to kind of come here, give a little update on some of the things I've been working on and just how crazy things have gotten. Some of the situation hasn't changed, but a lot of it has. So pretty much since the last time I was here on YouTube, I had, I think, completed a coloring book. So I had, kind of gotten into coloring books, trying to, work with Amazon KDP and seeing like if I could make any money with that. So yeah, I was working with Amazon KDP, trying to see if I could get any money with that. Just a refresher. My family and we had moved to Portugal last March, and pretty much like 3 months into moving there and trying to like get our footing, my husband lost his business, and like we were homeless pretty much immediately. Like all of our savings that we put in trying to save the business, and it was just a total disaster. So we ended up moving with his brother, and it's almost been a year now, so we're still here at his brother's house. It's been wild, and I want to talk about all of the different things that have, happened since we've moved here. But I kind of wanted to focus on my story and like what I've been doing to kind of help get us out of our current financial situation. So pretty much I, was going through KDP trying to like publish some coloring books just to see if I could get some money with that. So yeah, I opened up my Etsy store in late fall last year, and it's been a few months. It's been, I think, 7 or 8 months. And since then I've made about $55,000 in revenue on Etsy. And last month I actually had a $21,000 month. And that's been crazy. So I get to keep, a significant amount of profit from that, or insignificant amount of profit, however you want to look at it. Any profit is better than no profit. And it's definitely more than what I was making on Amazon doing coloring books. So I'm expecting to continue to grow my Etsy store. I have a few other things planned as well to kind of go along with that. But I did kind of want to just talk about what brought me to Etsy, how I've scaled it a little bit, and then I'm going to, hopefully continue talking about this on my YouTube channel just to, give updates here and there, because I think my store is growing pretty fast, and hopefully it'll be something cool to watch back one day. Yeah, so the reason I decided to go on Etsy in the first place, it started with the coloring books, and before the coloring books it was my blog that I did maybe 3 or 4 posts on. Didn't really know how I was going to get money off of that. I just knew I needed to do something, so I was hoping maybe I could get some ad spend or make money off of ads. So you always hear people saying that you can like make money off of ads on a blog, so I thought maybe like I'll do something like that, and then that quickly transpired into me doing Amazon KDP. And then once I made one really cool Dinos in Paris coloring book, I was like, well, maybe I can sell this on Amazon or on Etsy. So I was like, well, I'm gonna try to sell this digitally. So I opened up Etsy shop and put it out on there. And of course, like, no one bought it. Actually, I think somebody did buy it, like not even that long ago. Like it was months later that someone finally bought the coloring book. So that was really cool. But since then, I was just listening to different podcasts, and I came across this podcast called the Built Online podcast with Cody, and he owns a company called Everbee, which I use for my own Etsy shop. So I was kind of binging that podcast and just listening to a ton of different people and like trying to understand what their process was like when they built their own online business. So yeah, once I opened up my Etsy shop, I just started listening to different, stories from that podcast, like pretty much anything having to do with Etsy. I just started listening to it as I was, just trying to brainstorm, like, how can I actually make something from this? And I came across a few different YouTubers and just kind of followed their process. So yeah, when I started my Etsy shop, I was listening to the Built Online podcast and just listening to different stories, and really that motivated me. Like, I really heard these people talking about how they made a significant amount of money under hard times, and those types of stories are what motivated me to like continue to pursue something. And so I thought maybe like with Etsy I could I kind of went into this weird niche before I even found, I later found some courses that I took, and that really taught me how to be successful on Etsy. But before, I was just kind of playing around with it, like I think a lot of people do when they first start. You think that maybe you could start your own clothing brand. So I was thinking like maybe I could do something like that. So I had this weird little niche that I was using ChatGPT to make some images, and I was posting those I was using Printful at the time. So I was posting those weird images on shirts and then using the stock photo that comes on, like the stock mock-up that came with Printful. So obviously those never sold. I didn't look into pricing or anything like that. I just didn't have a strategy, just hoping that like somebody would buy something, telling my friends like, hey, you should go like support my store, buy this. So of course I had like a few people who were supportive and like bought a hat here and there. Nothing crazy, but it was just about experimenting at the time. So I was just trying to see like what are the products offered, what are other stores doing. So at this time I didn't really have a strategy. It was just really just getting comfortable with the platform, getting comfortable on Etsy, looking at other people's Etsy shops, seeing like what are they doing, just things like that. And then I think it was towards November, it was towards Christmas, I saw something go, not viral on TikTok, but I saw something like popular on TikTok that I thought was really funny and clever. So it was like a saying, so I put it up on a sweatshirt, and that started selling. And I don't know if at this time I didn't even know how to check for bestsellers. I assume it was a bestseller at the time because I got like quite a bit of sales from it, and I had some better mock-ups. I finally bought like a pack of decent mock-ups and put this sweater out there, and I honestly think I think I overpriced it at the time too, because I wasn't using like the daily sales or anything like that. It was just like, this is the price that I was using, and people bought it. And I think I got like a little bit lucky just because of starting during Christmas, but I was really encouraged that I saw like some sales going through. I don't even know if I was making a profit at the time, but I was just excited to see like sales coming through on my phone almost every day during the fourth quarter. And then by, I think, the end of December, I think I had made like 4,000 revenue. So I was like, okay, like this is actually possible. I'm actually making some money on this. So that encouraged me to like look into, more people who are doing Etsy, just continued listening to some podcasts. And that's when I found Rich from Hustle Ninjas and Cassie Johnson. And those were, I listened to so many different podcasts, and those were the only two people that I actually subscribed. Like, their stories really spoke to me, and I just liked their strategies, and it really resonated with me. So I, started following their journeys, and like anything that they had put out, like I was listening to it, I was reading about it, and kind of just being motivated by that. And I wasn't even planning on like doing a course or anything, just because I didn't have much money. I had like a little bit of savings, like just like a small amount of savings. So I wasn't planning on like investing that into any courses or anything like that. But then towards the end of December, I just knew that like I was spending so much time on Etsy, like every single night, doing like designing, just trying to be creative. I was really trying to like put different things out there that maybe would resonate with somebody, but obviously had no idea about SEO, had no idea about titles or tags or anything like that. But once I realized that I was pretty good at this, like, and I already have like a decent background in design, I just knew that if I had the right tools that I could really do something with this, and I was motivated. And so I talked to my husband about it and he was on board, you know, like he really believed that I could do this too. So I did use a little bit of our savings, got the courses, and just went through them and applied it as fast as I could. My goal was to become as good as I could become as fast as possible. I didn't want to have a long learning curve. I just wanted to like try to download as much of their knowledge as possible. So just reading everything I could, talking to as many people as I could in the courses, because when you buy a course like this, like sometimes, well, at least these ones are, there's Discord channels, and in those channels there's a lot of experienced sellers, so you immediately have access to people that like know what they're doing. They've sold, you know, 10,000 plus sales on Etsy, and they're just so happy to like help you because they want to see you succeed. So that just immediately just opened doors, because I knew that like I have people here that can answer questions, you know, like instead of having to Google everything or go on, you know, Facebook groups where people are just kind of negative, you're with people who immediately just are excited to see you, you know, trying it out, and they want to help you along. So that's kind of where, you know, things took a turn for me. So I, you know, was learning like design styles, learning what's trending, how to position myself with pricing, learning SEO, learning what a good mock-up looks like, just all the basics that make you successful on Etsy. And just kind of slowly started, well, I wouldn't even say slowly, I just started listing so much. Like my goal was to hit 1,000 listings like as quick as possible. So I was listing a ton, and some of them were selling, some of them weren't, but like slowly but surely I like hit 100 sales, and then 500 sales, and then once I hit 500 it just like went crazy. Like it's continued to just grow pretty fast, and like I'm at the point now where I have so many sales that like it's hard for me to do all the work. Like I constantly have orders to do, especially since I do a lot of personalized orders, and it's like really exciting. So I'm not at a place now where like we could move out and like I could take care of us, but I'm hopeful that if I continue to do this, that I'm gonna have enough profit one of these months to hopefully move us home back to San Diego. And so that's kind of why I wanted to make this YouTube video, because I know that that day is coming, and I want to document it and kind of document that journey, just because it's been such a crazy roller coaster, kind of going from a place where, you know, my family, we were very comfortable before all this. Like I felt very comfortable financially and never once considered the fact that like that could be gone so quickly, because I was a stay-at-home mom before. Well, before I had kids I was working in HR, so I hadn't worked in HR since I think end of 2020 was when I stopped working in HR. And I knew that like getting back into HR right now, because it's been about 5 years, I've already been out of work for 5 years. I know I could get back into that, but it does take like, I mean, the job market right now is horrible anyways. And then, you know, the applications I have put out, they want to pay you so low and put you at like levels 2 or 3 down from what you were, which I would gladly take, obviously, but they're all on site, and I'm in the middle of nowhere in North Carolina right now, so I don't really want to drive an hour plus to a city. So I was like, this is what I gotta do. Like I have to be successful with this. I hope this is it for me, because I'm actually really enjoying it too. But yeah, that's my update for right now. And if anybody has any like specific questions about my journey, I'd be happy to make another video about it. I can answer questions about Portugal, why we decided, well, I guess we didn't even really decide to move home, but Yeah, anything you want to know about living in Portugal, about Etsy, about my journey with Etsy, about the courses I have taken. I think it's been a crazy ride, but I'm excited to see where it's going. And if anyone wants to like look at some of the courses that I've done, I'm going to link those below, and any of the resources that I use to different listing tools. Yeah, I'm open to answering any questions you might have about like different techniques I've used with Etsy. Just any questions, let me know. Feel free to comment and I will answer them either in the comments, or I can make a different video on that as well. I'm also going to list and link some of the tools and resources that I use that I personally love down below. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.